Well, what a year. And I'm not only talking about COVID. When I was appointed president, I was 4 weeks into being in hospital on the flat of my back. Clearly, my horse had done all he could to prevent me taking the role. If that wasn't enough, almost immediately after my recovery came COVID. But I believe these trials were not only sent to test us, but are an opportunity for us to measure how robust we really are. It was a disgraced American president who said that the toughest steel has to go through the hottest fire. This past year has proven to me that the MBCA is not only a tough organisation, but also a very valuable and important one. We have many reasons to feel proud, and one of them is that large and small contractors alike are part of the industry that produced the C19 SOP, a document which ensured we secured government and union approval to get us all back working ahead of other industries, and to do so properly resourced to deliver for our clients and to protect what we most need, our people. Of course, this could not have happened without the sterling work of MBCA's Frank Kelly and the CIF Safety Committee. Dermot Carey sits on a HSE committee monitoring COVID cases in business sectors. He told me that at no point has the number of cases associated with construction been over 40 at any one time. That means there was an incident per capita rate of 0.002% amongst the 147,000 directly employed across less than 20 sites. I'm absolutely certain that this has driven a renewed and long overdue respect for construction from the government and political system, something which was really much needed. Going forward, we have other challenges. We need to demonstrate the same shared commitment, namely driving innovation through supporting digital, offsite and green construction, as well as the ongoing commitment to protecting the mental well-being of our members and their employees. The MBCA team in the CIF is made up of only 3 full-time executives. Our director, Paul Sheridan, who joined us this year. In fairness, what a first year for Paul. He really has hit the ground running and has already achieved great progress on many MBCA issues. I have no doubt that the organisation going forward will deliver a great deal with Paul at the helm. No pressure, Paul. Already a huge range of MBCA issues were commenced, progressed or finalised in 2020. Some of these were: reform of the public works contract is now government policy, the launch of the new private sector contract, commitment from the Minister for Housing to put CIRI on a statutory footing and to make the CIF the registrar for the scheme. The CIF budget submission, which includes strong economic data from EY, was influential in ensuring continued public investment in construction in 2021, and the commitment by Sulis to moving SafePass to a virtual environment. This is just a sample of the long list of what has been achieved. I have no doubt that the long list would be a much shorter one if it was not for the work of Alison Irving and Denise Tuffy. They are invaluable assets to this organisation, and I know that they've worked tirelessly both at home during lockdown and in Construction House during the whole of 2020 and are the core of the MBCA. I promise I'm not saying this because of being a woman president. I don't have a feminist bone in my body, but the organisation can only benefit by welcoming talented women like Alison and Denise. As an example, women like Jean Winters, who you know is the consummate negotiator. I don't know how she does it. The iron fist in the velvet glove, and it works. It's great to see the number of women on our council growing, with Cara Stewart from Collin joining our council this year and Tara Flynn nominated as incoming MBCA Vice President. We are definitely moving in the right direction. My own introduction to the MBCA was actually to the MBA, the Master Builders Association, as it was way back then. I had just started working with my dad in the office. At the time, every November, I was taken to the Master Builders annual dinner in the Burlington Hotel. Looking back, I think the male-female ratio was about 50-1. If it wasn't for my mum and myself and the very odd female client, it would have been 100-1. I never missed it, and my dad was always delighted to have his daughter there, introducing me to all his fellow builders and contractors and teaching me everything he could about the business. Dad always spoke very highly of the CIF and the MBCA, and in particular about the respect he had for his fellow members. He was so proud of the deference shown to him, a small builder, and the advice and experiences that were openly shared by the big builders, family names like Crampton, Hegarty, Collin and Sisk. I remember it was important to him, and it has become very important to me to realise the number of family-run or family-owned large and small contractors. They are a huge contributor to our industry, and I know that the CIF is well placed to continue to support them when meeting their different challenges and needing other skill sets. It has been a great honour for me to have been president this year. With so many great names before me, I actually feel really humbled. But of course, what is most gratifying is to see my name on the same board that includes my dad's name 29 years previously. I can't describe how moving it was for me that my dad was here to see me presented with the chain of office in March. It was like my parting gift to him. He was so proud. I'd like to say thanks also to Tommy Drum, both for chairing the first meeting of this year and for his ongoing support since then. I'd also like to send warmest congratulations to Frank Kelly for being appointed president of the CIF. And of course, I send every good wish and warmest congratulations to our incoming president, Mick Flynn. Just the mention of these names with the CIF's own Tom Parlin and Hubert Fitzpatrick means we are in great shape going forward. Just to wrap up, thanks very much to all for your contribution to our charity this year. The total raised for St Vincent's Hospital End of Life Suite is €5,640. That'll be presented to Vincent's in the coming days. Thank you very much for your support.